I think that women that run don't want to be included or counted in anything based on their gender. But neither do they want to be excluded or discounted because of their gender.
Since this year is the time for municipal elections across the province of Alberta, this conversation is of particular value in offering insight into the role women can play and do play in our communities as political leaders. In this special report, we speak with Danielle Klooster, who is a Red Deer business leader, a councilor for the Town of Penhold, and a co-founder of Peanut Butter, Pearls and Politics, which hosted a conference in Red Deer for women thinking of running for an elected position or just interested in learning more about it.
Peanut Butter, Pearls and Politics is an event that a group of Central Alberta female politicians got together and decided we want to put on. It was the second event, the one in 2010. So we started doing it in 2008. The first event was held in 2008, right around the time of the provincial election. And the purpose of the initial event was to sort of get women thinking about the political process and inspire women to find their voice. So we wanted to run the one in 2010, of course, because this is the year for municipal and school board elections. And so this is the time when women need to be thinking about running and considering what's involved in running, knowing whether they're a good candidate to run and whatnot means and what's involved in that. We called it Peanut Butter, Pearls and Politics because that's the life of a woman in politics. She's got the pearls because she's got her business attire on, and she's got the politics because she's involved in the political process, but the kids keep getting peanut butter on her power suit as she's running out the door. So just how women kind of juggle all those aspects of their femininity and their family life and balance that out with their political involvement. We know that women have had to fight for recognition as people and as leaders. And so we aren't here to fight, but we are here to inspire. And we think that there are women who potentially are leaders and could potentially make really good contributions to their community, but they don't know the strength of their voice. The Federation of Canadian Municipalities, a couple of years ago, I believe it was 2006 or 2007, they passed a motion with a goal to raise the percentage of women in politics by, I believe it's 2026. By the year 2026, they'd like to see 30% of women involved in politics. And so they've started a special committee to try and inspire women to get more involved in municipal politics. The AUMA, the Alberta Urban Municipalities Association, also has a special committee dedicated to inspiring women to get involved in politics. So you see some momentum behind the idea of inspiring more women to get involved in municipal politics, and that's sort of where the Peanut Butter, Pearls and Politics idea came from in Central Alberta. I think also that there are a lot of women who have interest and they have thoughts and they have ideas and they have opinions and they have contributions that they feel that they could make, but they struggle with the confidence to step out. They think that they don't know enough. They think that they wouldn't be received. They just haven't found the strength of their voice, and they need someone who believes in them to just come alongside them and say, I see leadership potential in you. I think you are a leader. I think you have contributions to make, and I want to give you permission to speak your mind and to get involved. Some people, that's really all they need, is just somebody to come alongside and believe in them, and sort of give them that permission to step up and fulfill their leadership potential. That is the group that we want to inspire to get involved in politics. People that have a contribution to make and just need someone to come along and say, yes, you can. The facts are that women represent half of the population in our country. So to only have 21% of women representing 50% of the population, that's not balanced. Women traditionally have had a more nurturing kind of a role. What do women bring to the table that makes a difference, you know, as opposed to men? And of course there's a lot of stereotypical thing, and there's a lot of gender stuff that people say women are this and men are that, and I think both genders can take exception to that in some respects. So, you know, we want to be careful with those kinds of generalizations, because everybody's a unique individual, and not everybody necessarily will fit into the same mold. But there are some general things, differences between how men are kind of hardwired and how women are hardwired. Certainly there's enough books out there on the subject of the differences between men and women, that they should both be given equal opportunity, but that they should be honored and recognized as being having some uniquenesses in their perspectives and approaches. So in phrasing it and framing it that way, some of the things that I think that women can potentially bring to the table are their ability to sort of think of things more from a social standpoint, an interpersonal standpoint, to think about some of the potential social implications, family life implications. They tend to be a lot more focused on people's feelings and some of those things. Women traditionally have had a more nurturing kind of a role. So there are a lot of great women in this area who are more than happy to help women navigate this process. So do we need more balanced in terms of age and gender? We absolutely do. We need representation from all the different ages and the spectrum of the multicultural perspective and from the perspective of gender balance. There is no question that it can be daunting, it can be intimidating, and I think that that does keep a lot of women and potentially a lot of men and a lot of young people and a lot of different people from choosing to run. There's no question it's a big commitment, it's a big responsibility, and it can be a daunting task at times. But from my perspective, there's no life like it. I mean, it is so rewarding and so gratifying. You have to love your community. You have to be committed to your community, whether they know how hard you're working for them or not, whether they're grateful or not. You've got to absolutely be passionate about your community or about your province or about your nation, depending on which level of government you're running for. You need that passion. That passion will hold you when nothing else will. It will drive you forward, and it will keep you committed when nothing else will. And if you've got that passion to serve your community and that love for your community, you'll do well.